So a few months ago, me and Winnie had a play date at my old neighborhood. In my house, we are both Therians and Quadrobus, and I already have that in my description. But we got our gear and we decided to go outside for a little walk around my neighborhood. And as we walked around my neighborhood, we trolled and pranked some of the people. And people kept on staring at us like we were crazy furries. But we just kept on laughing and found it funny whenever they did. We kept on walking until we found this little river filled with mud. It was right next to my neighborhood, and I would normally go down there a lot. Ever since I found it with her, it stinks really bad. And the trees look like they're all dead, but they aren't. We stayed up though, and we decided to do quads and vocals, but when we stopped doing vocals, we got a really terrifying response. It sounded like a really realistic wolf coming from somewhere down to the water, and I can assure you that wasn't a human. I don't even know how a human could even do that. Will you be quiet? But that wasn't the only creepy sounds we've heard from it. We kept on doing vocals to see if anything more would happen, and more howls would come at times. Sounds would get scarier and scarier. We kept on doing more vocals and quads until the bush next to us started to move, and we could hear growling from it and footsteps changing from human footsteps to animal footsteps several times. It was like switching back and forth. That's a sign it has to be a skinwalker, but that's not the only sign I have, because we can attract it using a real fur tail, and that's what skinwalkers usually use. But this story gets scarier and scarier the more you listen. But I'll keep on going. So after that, we didn't really do much, and we just kept on playing. But then when she had to leave, we said our goodbyes. But then a few days later, I went to go annoy the skinwalker again, but this time all by myself. I'm not completely sure if I had gear or not, because I can't remember this very much. I made all the vocals I could do for a while, and nothing weird seemed to happen, so I decided to give up and go walk back home. But as I was just about to reach for my door and open it, I heard this terrifying, loud skinwalker scream coming from the river. Problem is, I can't even make that screech, and I cannot describe how it sounded like to you. I really wish I could, though. All I can say that it sounded like a mutant screech, or a zombie screech, or a skinwalker screech. But for now, I say that was definitely from a skinwalker. But there's actually 2 more skinwalker screams I've heard from the river too. Even when I don't even bother to think about the skinwalker, I just go outside and then boom, comes like 2 more skinwalker screams from the exact same spot, like a few months later after I try to go outside. And it scares the living heck out of me. But I keep on going with my day and ignore it. But here is the most recent time and the last time we went to see the skinwalker. So, we went back to the river, still having our gear on. We did quads, vocals, until Winnie saw the skinwalker next to the water, staring right up at us underneath a big stick or branch. It was just staring right at us. But that isn't the first time we've seen it. And I'm still scared of my old neighborhood to this day, because there aren't just skinwalkers in my neighborhood, but I'm pretty sure there are several creeps.